The world feels increasingly unstable. Headlines flash with urgency. Conflicts escalate, alliances shift, and nations stand on edge. Among the many regions drawing global attention, one stands out with profound historical, political, and spiritual significance. The tensions between Israel and Iran have captured the concern of leaders, analysts, and observers across the globe. For some, these developments are purely geopolitical. For others, they echo something deeper, something long spoken of in ancient scripture. Tonight we explore a question that has stirred curiosity, debate, and reflection. Could the Bible have warned us about what we are witnessing now? From ancient times, the land of Israel has been at the center of both promise and conflict. Its history is intertwined with prophecy, covenant, struggle, and restoration. The Bible speaks extensively about Israel, not only as a physical nation, but as a focal point in the unfolding of divine plans. Throughout the Old Testament, prophets delivered messages concerning nations surrounding Israel, many of which were powerful empires in their time. These prophecies often included warnings, judgments, and future events that would involve both Israel and its neighboring regions. Iran, known in ancient scripture as Persia, plays a significant role in biblical history. Persia is mentioned in connection with events such as the return of the Jewish people from exile. Leaders like Cyrus the Great are even recognized in Scripture for their role in allowing the rebuilding of Jerusalem. This historical connection establishes a foundation that links ancient Persia to modern-day Iran in a way that continues to fascinate scholars and believers alike. As we move through the pages of Scripture, certain prophetic writings describe conflicts involving regions that correspond geographically to areas near modern-day Israel and Iran. Books such as Ezekiel and Daniel contain visions and symbolic language that have been interpreted by many as pointing toward future events. These passages have been studied for generations, with interpretations varying across theological perspectives. Yet the recurring theme remains clear. The Middle East holds a central place in prophetic narratives. In the book of Ezekiel, there is a well-known prophecy that describes a coalition of nations gathering against Israel. While interpretations differ regarding the exact identities of these nations, some scholars and readers draw connections between ancient names and modern geopolitical entities. These interpretations suggest that alliances and hostilities involving regions near Israel could play a role in end-time scenarios described in Scripture. The complexity of modern international relations adds another layer to this discussion. Iran and Israel have experienced decades of tension marked by political disagreements, regional influence, and security concerns. These tensions are often discussed in terms of strategy, defense, and diplomacy. However, for those who view current events through a biblical lens, these developments may carry symbolic or prophetic significance. It is important to approach such topics with careful consideration. The Bible contains both historical accounts and prophetic literature, and interpreting prophecy requires discernment. Many interpretations are not universally agreed upon, and different traditions may understand these passages in diverse ways. Still, the enduring interest in these scriptures reflects humanity's desire to understand the meaning behind global events and their potential connection to a larger narrative. Throughout history, people have often looked to Scripture during times of uncertainty. Wars, natural disasters, and global shifts have prompted individuals to revisit ancient texts in search of guidance and understanding. The idea that the Bible might have anticipated future conflicts is not new. It has been a subject of study, sermons, and discussions for centuries. In the present day, Technological advancement and rapid communication have made global events more visible than ever before. Conflicts that once might have remained localized now capture worldwide attention within moments. This heightened awareness can create a sense that events are accelerating or aligning in ways that feel significant. For some, this reinforces the belief that prophetic timelines may be unfolding. At the same time, others caution against drawing direct conclusions between current events and specific prophetic fulfillments. They emphasize that historical context, symbolic language, and interpretive frameworks must all be considered. The Bible's prophetic passages often use imagery that requires careful analysis, and assigning modern equivalents to ancient descriptions can be complex. Despite these differing viewpoints, one consistent theme across interpretations is the emphasis on vigilance, awareness, and reflection. Many biblical passages encourage readers to remain observant of the times, to seek wisdom, and to maintain a perspective grounded in faith and understanding. Rather than predicting exact outcomes, these writings often call for preparedness in both spiritual and practical senses. The relationship between Israel and Iran continues to evolve within a broader regional and global context. Diplomatic efforts, security measures, and international involvement all play roles in shaping the trajectory of these nations. While media coverage tends to focus on immediate developments, the underlying dynamics are influenced by decades of history, ideology, and strategic interests. For those who examine these events through a biblical framework, the question is not only about political alignment, but about meaning. What does it signify when long-standing tensions intensify? How do ancient writings inform our understanding of modern realities? These questions do not have simple answers, but they encourage deeper exploration. The Bible often presents a worldview in which history is not random, but purposeful. Events unfold within a broader narrative that includes moral, spiritual, and relational dimensions. Within this perspective, conflicts between nations are not merely struggles for power, but moments that can reflect larger patterns described in Scripture. As observers of current events, it is natural to seek clarity and context. Whether one views the situation between Israel and Iran as purely geopolitical or as potentially connected to biblical prophecy, the importance of informed understanding remains. Engaging with reliable information, historical background, and thoughtful interpretation can help frame these developments in a balanced way. Ultimately, discussions about prophecy and current events should be approached with humility. The Bible itself acknowledges that not all details of the future are fully revealed. Instead, it offers principles, warnings, and insights meant to guide individuals in how they live, respond, and interpret the world around them. The tensions we see today may continue to evolve, resolve, or transform in ways that are difficult to predict. What remains constant is the human search for meaning in the midst of uncertainty. For believers, Scripture provides a lens through which events can be examined, not always as direct predictions, but as part of a broader understanding of history and purpose. As we reflect on these developments, it becomes clear that the intersection of faith, history, and current affairs invites ongoing conversation. The connection between ancient texts and modern events may not always be explicit, but it continues to inspire questions that resonate across generations. Whether one interprets these events as fulfillment of prophecy or as part of the natural progression of global relations, the significance of Israel in both historical and contemporary contexts is undeniable. The presence of Iran in regional dynamics adds another layer of complexity that continues to shape discussions worldwide. In the end, the conversation is not only about nations or conflicts, but about perspective. How we understand the world, how we interpret events, and how we seek truth all contribute to the way we engage with both scripture and reality. The Bible, for many, remains a source of guidance, reflection, and hope, offering insights that continue to be examined in light of the times we live in. As events unfold and headlines continue to change, the questions remain. What do these developments mean in the larger picture? Are we witnessing isolated incidents or pieces of a much greater narrative? These are questions that have echoed through history and continue to resonate today. In a world filled with uncertainty, the search for understanding persists. And for those who turn to Scripture, the ancient words continue to speak, inviting reflection, interpretation, and a deeper awareness of the times. In a time marked by rising tensions and uncertainty, let this moment be a reminder that peace is not passive. It is something we must intentionally pursue through understanding, compassion, and responsible action. Rather than allowing fear or division to shape our outlook, we are called to seek truth, pray for wisdom, and respond with calm discernment in our conversations and choices. Let us be voices that promote unity instead of conflict, that choose reflection over reaction, and that encourage others to look beyond headlines toward deeper awareness and hope. Now is the time to stay informed, remain grounded in faith and reason, and commit ourselves to being peacemakers in our communities. Because even in the midst of global unrest, each individual has the power to contribute to a more thoughtful, stable, and peaceful world.